Hello Booktube, it's Eleanor here, and today I'm going to do a book haul. Not too many books come in recently, but some really exciting ones, so let's get straight into it. The first one I want to show you is sort of coincides with a readathon that I'm taking part in during September, which is focusing on middle grade books. And I realised when I looked at my TBR for it that I didn't have many diverse books on there, and I wasn't happy with that, if I'm honest. So I picked up two books that I'm going to be reading, and although they don't fulfill any of the prompts, I'm going to be reading them anyway. The first one is The Stars Beneath Our Feet by David Barclay Moore. This book is about a young man whose brother is killed, I think maybe in a shooting, and he doesn't know how to be without his brother. He feels angry, he feels sad, he feels pressure to take revenge, and what is making a difference is these two huge bags of Legos that he's using to build this sort of epic city. And I think we're just going to look at these sort of things that he's going through, how he copes with these grief, this pressure for young men now to exact revenge for things that have happened. And I just think it's going to be a really great book. It's written by a black author, and it's a book focusing on a male protagonist, which I often struggle with, but I'm hoping that this one is going to be a winner for me. And the other one that I picked up specifically to read sort of during this middle grade readathon is Harbour Me. I read the premise for this and I just thought it sounded like one that I would really enjoy. It's quite short, it's about just under 200 pages, and it's about 6 children. It says discovering the power of sharing their secrets and stories. This is about this group of 6 who are sent to a room every week to talk to each other, and they sort of dub it the art room, a room to talk, and they start discussing things amongst themselves, and it just starts these conversations going. It says a father has recently gone missing, and that starts a conversation about the things causing angst in their lives, from racial profiling and fear of deportation to a deep yearning for family history and a sense of belonging. When the 6 of them are together, they find they can express the feelings and fears they usually hide from the world, and together they can grow braver and more ready for the rest of their lives. And I just think this is going to be a really good one, and if it can hit me hard in 173 pages, then that is pretty epic. Okay, so the next are books that I was either sent by my lovely friends Janet and Tracy, who I do a book swap with every month, or they're ones that I picked up for myself. The first one is one that I picked up for myself, and I've had it on pre-order for quite a while, and it is called The Art of Drag, and this is by Jake Hall, Sophie Birkin, Helen Lee and Jasiyot Singh Hands. And when I saw this, I can't remember where I first saw it, I just couldn't wait to get my hands on it. It just talks through the history of drag in all sorts of different ways. It talks about, it says, take a wild ride through the world's most fabulous art form with this stunning illustrated guide. From the earliest lip sync performances to global domination, discover the colourful and magnificent history of drag. And I just think this is such a beautiful book, and I just can't wait to dive more into it. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. If you've been watching my TBR game, my RuPaul's Drag Race game, you'll know. And this is just brilliant. Look, serving looks. It's bold and bright and in your face, just like all the best drag in my opinion. And yeah, I just can't wait to dip into this one. I saw this next book, I think on Lauren Wade. I think that's what she's calling her channel, Lauren Wade. I think it's Lauren Wade's Reads or Lauren Wade's. And I've just been really loving her channel recently. She's just been doing these very peaceful vlogs over lockdown. She's got such a calming way about her, and I just really love sitting and watching one of her weekend vlogs, and I've just really enjoyed them. And she's got a very soothing voice. She's just moved house, so I've loved watching her go through that. And she talked about this book, and I just thought it sounded like one that I should definitely read, and it's called The Book You Wish Your Parents Had Read and Your Children Will Be Glad That You Did by Philippa Perry. If you don't know sort of a backstory really for me, I'm a mother of 1. She's 7, nearly 8. She'll be 8 next month, and we definitely have a few things going on in terms of anxiety, separation anxiety, and anxiety some OCD tendencies, and we've been working with various different people on that, and it's quite low level, but it's certainly something that I would like to help her to try and push past as much as she can, and just learn those tools to help her cope as best she can. And so this book I've heard is quite good. It's by I think it's a psychotherapist, but I did see when I looked inside that it touches on the feelings and conditions for good mental health and things like that. So I just thought it would be an interesting read. Now, the lovely Janet knows me very well and knows that at the moment I have been romance-tastic, and yeah, I just want to read romance a lot. So she picked me up the first book in a series, which if I like, I'm definitely going to carry on with, is When You Are Mine, and it's the Bennett series by Kennedy Ryan. Kennedy Ryan's been one of those like up and down authors for me. Sometimes I love, sometimes I'm not so keen, but this sounds like a really good series. This one's about Keris Morton. It says knows how to make things work, bounced from foster home to foster home as a kid. She's adapted, and when opportunity arose she thrived. Now about to open her own business and accept a marriage proposal, Keris is ready to build the life she always wanted. The only thing missing, a passionate connection with her would-be fiance Cam. Keris wants to believe the sparks are overrated until Walsh Bennett lights her up like the 4th of July. So hopefully a good, fun, raunchy read. And the other one, I apologise for the pun, but it's just brilliant, is called Puck Me Secretly by Odette Stone, and this is a romance focused around hockey. This is one of those interesting ones that starts with a plane that is having turbulence, and the main character blurts out to the seatmate all the things that she wishes she had done in her life. It then turns out that that seatmate, who she's told she's never had an orgasm to, is someone that is on her hockey team that I think she is managing or taking over, looking after. So, you know, hilarity no doubt will ensue, and some steamy, fun, romantic times. And then the lovely Tracy bought me this chunky monkey, Upon a Burning Throne by Ashok K. Banker. This is the first in the Burnt Empire saga. It is big. It's bigger than my head. It's thick. It's a thick boy. It's 670-ish pages. It is a big boy. This is about an empire, a time where I think it's demons, demigods and demons walk the earth alongside humans. There is a sort of throne up for grabs, and in order to get this throne you have to sort of survive it. I think it like burns people up who aren't worthy, and they have to sit this sort of test. 2 boys I think pass the test, and there is a girl who's also eligible and has passed the test but is denied the throne, and I think there's going to be some sort of, you know, war. Epic no doubt because of the size of the book. Okay, the next 2 books I picked up from Jacaranda Books. I'll link them down below. They are a book company that I found out about from Lena's channel. I think her channel's Lena Norms. It used to be. It might be something else now, but Lena is very well known, so I'm sure you've heard of her. She's always really intelligent and articulate, and I love watching her videos, and I don't always get book recommendations from her, and this time it's actually not the books that I saw her talk about, but Jacaranda Books. And I loved this idea of buying directly from them and supporting them, and so I went on their website and I found 2 books that were right up my street. The first one is called Sun is Sky by Jeddah Maybury. This cover is beautiful, and this is the story of 3 generations of women burdened, it says, with heartache, and it's about whether this woman Penny can break the cycle. I'll read you the back because, you know, they always tell it better than me. It says, as a young teen, Penny Hill's fractious relationship with her mother causes her to be shipped off to live with her maternal grandmother in the town of Picayune, Mississippi. Under her gram's care, Penny settles into her new rural life, but soon family secrets and sudden tragedies force her to face life head-on. Her beloved Gram's death shatters any illusions Penny held about her grandmother's legacy, and she's left to decide whether she will accept the responsibility and step into Gram's role as the custodian of secrets for the townspeople. Navigating the trauma, familial sexual and romantic relationships can cause to individual and community psyches, and with the reckoning of many reconciliations, Penny comes to appreciate the power of self-worth, the ability it possesses to heal a person, and the extent to which we are incapacitated without it. So I just think, yeah, this sounds really interesting, so I'm pleased I picked this one up. And the other one, I think, is the start of either a series or a duology. I think there's definitely a second one already out, but this is called From Pasta to Pigfoot by Frances Mensah Williams. It looks a bit like this, but you know, it talks about food, which is a definite plus point for me. This one is, it says, the perfect recipe: take one girl, infuse a swirl of African flavouring, stir in a dollop of English cream, mix in some sun fun and good old-fashioned romance, and serve immediately. So it says, dismissed as a cultural lightweight by the man she is desperate to please, underachieving PA Faye Bonsu is on a mission to find love. A disastrous night out leaves pasta fanatic Faye's romantic dreams in tatters and underscores her alienation from her African heritage. Leaving her cosy middle-class life in London's Levy Hampstead to find out what she's missing, Faye is whisked into the hectic social whirlpool of Ghana, where she meets Sonny, the pretty boy womanizer, Edwin, her host's America crazy boyfriend, Baba of the enormous hips and sardonic tongue, Stuart, the British expat who loves all things and women, Ghanaian, and the handsome Rocky Asante, a cynical, career-obsessed banker with no time for women until now. In a world of food, fun and sun, Faye is forced to discover that no matter how far you travel, you can't find love until you find yourself. So I think this is going to be a really, really good romantic book, and I love books that are set in another place, and especially a place that I've never been to. The next one, I briefly heard someone talk about, I think maybe on Instagram, and I was like, yes please, that's definitely up my street. It's I'm Not Your Baby Mother, What It's Like to Be a Black British Mother by Candice Braithwaite. This sort of matches what I'm wearing today. It's non-fiction, and it's about Candice Braithwaite becoming a mum and making some observations specifically about what it's like to be black and a black British mother. And I'm looking forward to reading this and just sort of educating myself a little bit better. So that one is the last one. So lots of books to be getting on with, and I'm really pleased that I've picked up these. I've tried to slow down my buying a little bit recently, so I'm pleased that it's not too many to show you, but I am excited about all of these, and hopefully I'll be able to talk to you about them in the not too distant future, especially the middle grade ones, because I will be doing a wrap up of all those books at some point. Anyway, that's it from me. Let me know, as always, if you've read any of these and what your thoughts were, and if there's any that you desperately want me to read first and review, then let me know down below and I will endeavour to do that. Bye for now, Booktube.